It's Gary Vaynerchuk, and I'm really excited to be on Revision 3 starting June 23rd. Some of the things you'll expect from Wine Library TV is we're going to expand your palate, try different things, look at different regions, but most of all, we're going to look at wrestling, the Jets, Thundercats, Strawberry Short...
Okay. Remember what we talked about?
I'm sorry, a little less thunder?
You're kind of,
yeah.
More sunshine.
Okay, I'm sorry. Some of the things you can expect from me are expanding your palate, but what I'm really going to do is I'm going to bring Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. And I'm coming to Revision 3. Thunder! Shut your trap. Yeah, I would never play with this. I need a corkscrew. You know, it's like the people's elbow.
This week's edition of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Dr. Pepper,
GoDaddy.com, and Netflix. Gonna look good after this, man. Thanks, man.
So, ready?
Yeah.
Each knee set!
Oh! Fucker! I'm sorry, I know that you're just doing your job.
Oh, you want me to stop now?
No, let's do another one. Oh, a little patch looks sexy though. Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks really good.
Okay.
It's Mantastic.
Oh. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Each knee, son!
Oh, fuck me in the asshole! Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't usually swear this much. Oh, I have a weak stomach. I gotta go, you guys. Jeff?
Be tough, baby.
Where'd Jeff go?
I want to go throw up. 1, 2.
God, sucker, motherfucker! Oh, como se llama? Kelly Clarkson.
3 rad dudes with nothing better to do get abducted by the crew of the Starship Alpha 2. They're from the planet Q, which, due to a space-time loop, is stuck in 82 and must be rescued. They need our heroes to discuss the latest news and give their reviews of games and movies too. Sure hope you're not confused. We swear this is all true, not just the premise to the Totally Rad Show.
Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Totally Rad Show, episode number 66. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Jeff Canada.
I'm Dan Trachtenberg.
The Totally Rad Show is a weekly dose of all things rad. We stuff ourselves into a fucking oven.
Why do we do that?
Every week.
Why do we do
for
that?
For you people. It is
It's 1,000 degrees.
redonkulous. It is a bazillion degrees.
I just want you guys, if I pass out, just keep doing the show.
I will.
We'll probably
we will.
laugh.
We'll be like, holy crap! So.
Yeah, that's background.
Background is actually epic. This is Barry, not to be confused with Burv, which I don't know why I thought that was his name to start with.
He made this background in Forge, which is the Halo 3 level editor. He made it for us a long time ago, but we thought it was appropriate because
We were able to go down to San Diego and rock at the MLG.
Yes.
Which we had a blast. First off, I love
cool.
San Diego. We
Well,
gotta
yeah.
go down more often.
I know.
How about
That
we go
place
down for
that we
Comic-Con?
always-
that's a good idea.
I love talking to myself. It's amazing. Let's get in the show before we die of heat stroke.
This week in movies, we are talking about the 2 heavy hitters of the summer, the 2 biggest comedy movies from our proven stars.
Released on the same day, oddly.
Released on the same day,
Yeah.
competitive.
Whose choice was that?
Competitive box office. The first of which we're going to talk about is Get Smart, based on the 80s hit cartoon Inspector Gadget.
What?
No, Inspector Gadget actually was based on the, I guess, 60s TV series Get Smart. And the
Which
movie
was actually created by Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
That blew
Yeah.
my mind. I didn't realize
And
that.
Buck Owens, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
or Buck Henry.
Buck Henry.
Yeah.
Buck Owens is the other guy.
Who's Buck Owens?
Isn't he the?
I thought that's Bucky. Isn't that Captain America's friend?
Bucky
No, I
O'Hare.
think Buck Owens is a voiceover guy, an announcer. Buck Owens, or that's
Or
another
some
Owens.
sort of voice sounding like
Let's
that.
move on from
Okay.
that. I'm gonna just prove to be
So
an idiot.
the movie is a fairly strict adaptation of the TV series where Agent 86 is our bumbling yet perseverant special agent played by Steve Carell with Anne Hathaway, who is the slick,
Agent 99.
crafty Agent 99, and they
The Emma Peel of Get Smart.
is that yes.
Somebody else will get that.
Okay.
You guys are not nerds.
And and this is their adventure. Jeffrey.
Interesting.
Get Smart. Get Smart is a show that I loved as a kid. It was one of my #1 Nick at Night viewing things. My sister and I used to watch it all the time. I'm a huge fan of those old episodes, and they're cheesy and funny and over the top and wacky and silly, sort of like Naked Gun almost. The Get Smart film has one fatal flaw, and that flaw is it's dreadfully unfunny. It is not funny. These guys got caught up, I think, in this summer event movie hubris and decided they needed to compete on an action film level and forgot to bring the funny. The action sequences aren't all that exciting, but there is very little I was amused by in this film, and I love the source material. When they hit on some of those old jokes from the TV show, I was, jumping for joy. The Patrick Warburton cameo at the end is awesome if you know the show. But so much of the plot, it's like it gets mired in plot, and we don't care. We just want to laugh and have a good time. And I think that they broke the formula of the show, which is they empowered 99 to the point of like she doesn't like Maxwell Smart, for most of the movie, and that's not fun. In the show, they liked each other, and she was a huge fan of his, and he was just didn't know he was so bad.
Well, interesting. I have to say, of the two movies that we were are reviewing, I was the most excited to see Get Smart.
Actually, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm a big Steve Carell fan, you know what I mean? I am a closet Anne Hathaway fan.
I'm not.
Neither am I.
Oh, man.
Closet
anyway,
or in the
closet.
Dude, I would jump out that closet on top of her like that. Anyway, let's move on.
Is it getting hot in here, or is it just your closet?
Yeah, I think it's this fucking garage. This movie's bad. I was actually so disappointed. The funny moments are the only moments that are in the thing. I agree with you.
Trailer.
In the trailer. I agree with you that they actually looked down on the source material, I think.
Yeah.
It was so cliche. Every joke in this movie has been done in Austin Powers 1. You know what I mean? Every joke. Like, there's nothing funny. You know what I mean? And it's so sad because halfway through it, I went, this would actually make a good, just spy movie. Like, take the funny out of it.
Well, there isn't any in there.
Infuse the action, or take the attempts at humor out of
Yeah.
it. Infuse the action a little bit more. And I'm gonna say, this was one of those movies, again, scenes, like the scene in the sewer, it looked like it was shot on a worse camera than we're shooting right now. It looked so home movie, it was sickening to me. To think, how much money did you spend on this movie? You're shooting it on a fucking VHS cassette recorder, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in the subway, in the tunnel sequence, the action stuff is so muddy because it's, People know how
man
I
said
feel.
buh.
People know how I feel about shooting poorly on a digital video. Movies can be shot well on digital video. I have seen maybe 1 or 2 movies that did it right. I think The Getaway.
The Man Said Buh.
Or not The Getaway. What was the one with the kid?
Well, Zodiac, we loved.
Zodiac was
Yeah.
great.
And The Getaway.
No, not The
one?
Getaway. The
With Corey
Brooker-
Haim?
The Lookout. The Lookout.
Oh, we didn't.
Except for that,
The end
that
action
one
scene.
moment.
I loved the look at, remember?
Yeah.
No,
We
no, no.
like
I
the
mean,
video
but
next.
just that
Alright,
one
what did you
moment.
think,
But
Danny?
anyway.
Well, I agree with you guys, and I did find it a little bit amusing. I wasn't enjoying it. I barely laughed, and I do barely laugh at comedies, but I've never been in a theater where there were jokes and no one laughs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like usually
It was packed theater.
Usually
Packed.
people laugh. I don't think it's funny, but someone's out there thinks it's funny and they laugh anyway. No one laughed at certain parts, and that was like, holy shit.
The Bill Murray
but-
cameo was the best part.
Yeah.
By
But
far.
I totally agree. I suddenly realized, wow, this movie thinks that it's True Lies or
Right. Men in Black.
or the one that the Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It thinks it's an action comedy.
Yeah.
But there's such buffoonery that I'm never gonna buy into the actiony bits. It's because it's straight up character-y comedy, not plot comedy.
Yeah.
So I was very confused that it took itself that seriously, and I also agree. The video stuff, it just always it makes it feel less than.
Yes.
It's a subconscious thing, and you feel like doesn't feel like a movie.
You know what else? There's this tendency when you update a property like this to update all the technology that they're using.
Yes.
Like the Cone of Silence, how it was all CG.
Yeah.
How much better and funnier would it have been if this old antiquated organization that they work for, Control, has to use all those old 1960s, like the Cone of Silence is plastic tubes that come over. It's so much funnier. It doesn't benefit from the update of the technology and the CGI wizardry. It doesn't benefit from that.
No,
it just
not at all.
makes it less funny.
Interesting.
I think.
And like the jokes were just so old. They're like looking in and, oh, is he having anal sex with that guy? You know what I mean? Like, really? Are we in the 90s again? Like, give me a break. That
yeah,
joke.
the 90s were the anal sex comedy decade.
It's true. The 90s were like, oh my God, I think that guy's gay. Oh, one guy likes it more than the other guy. It's like, what? That's the joke? Really?
So speaking of man love, we're also going to talk about The Love Guru, which is Mike Myers'
that was a nice try.
return to live action comedy.
That was a nice try to segue. I
whatever.
appreciated the effort. I
Yeah.
appreciated the effort.
Yeah.
I think the press thing said it as Mike Myers' first original character since Austin Powers.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know why that was so.
So, The Love Guru is basically Mike Myers' take on Deepak Chopra, and he plays Guru Pitka, who comes to Los Angeles or Canada to help a hockey
make
player
moves, yeah.
improve, get over his issues, and compete against Deepak Chopra, who is the #1 guru, and he wants to be
A celebrity guru.
Yeah.
Now the one thing I'll say
And
before,
make it on Oprah.
before we get into the whole review thing, I was sitting there by myself and read some of the press stuff. He created this character because when he was doing Austin Powers, his father passed away.
Right.
And he actually went and met with these like gurus to kind of help him get over it. And he said that the thing that was shocking to him was that they were all really funny. And that he realized that the thing that these gurus are all about is making people happy and teaching people how to be happy, and that he thought, well, that's kind of like what I do is, these people are performers who try to make people, look inside themselves and become happy. And so he started kind of taking on this persona, which I thought was really way more
What did you
cool
think?
than
There's actually one of the more interesting iconoclasts on Sundance Channel with him and Deepak Chopra.
That's funny. This
Yeah.
makes more sense now.
Yeah.
How did I think about this movie? I will say that from the beginning, trailer numero uno, I thought this movie was going to suck ball sack, literally. Not a single thing in the trailer made me laugh. Nothing at all. I enjoyed this movie so much more than Get Smart. It wasn't even funny. This is a funny movie. It's not the best comedy. This is not Old School or 40-Year-Old Virgin. But if you liked Austin Powers, if you like that wacky universe where things are just completely blown out of the water, and I was way more adult comedy than I thought it was, then this is a funny movie. There were literal out loud laughter moments on my part. And the good news about it is it's so silly and over the top, and it's not trying to be realistic, which is something that I think Get Smart failed at, was they were sort of like trying to be real, you know? This is so an environment where you just go, all right, I'll take this ride. I mean, the frickin' Mariska Hargitay,
I lost my shit.
There were
lost the shit.
genius,
I lost my shit.
genius moments in this movie. And the plot is fine. I mean, it's, who remembers the real plot of Austin Powers?
Well, I agree with you very much. The first 15 minutes of this movie, I thought, I love this movie. I love this movie. It petered out for me.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it was a little bit of joke fatigue, or the last third isn't as fun and funny as the first 2/3, and maybe it's another one of those situations that a lot of these comedies run into, is they're so worried about wrapping up the plot, that it mires itself down in doing that, and we lose what was fun about it. But I really had a great time, and you're right. If you liked Austin Powers, you're gonna love this movie.
Yeah.
A lot of the jokes are the same, but it's a new take, and it's really fun. There is, doing improv that I do, and I know you've done, is, there's one of those things where when you're doing a story-based improv, basically this movie does what you do in those situations, which is you announce what you need to do, and then you end with a contest. It's like the easiest way to do a story.
Yeah.
But I don't really hold it against it because I had so much fun. And watching Mike Myers in comedies, he's having a blast. He's having so much fun that it's hard not to get on board with that and be like, I just love the joy of doing this. The joy of going through this with him is hard to resist.
Yeah. It was. I found it amusing. Once again, these aren't my favorite kinds of comedies.
You just don't like comedies.
Comedy. Yeah, I mean,
your favorite kind of comedy is a not comedy that's semi-funny.
Right.
You've said that.
No. I said, I laugh harder at funny moments in serious movies. Like, I was remembering, it was Departed was one of the movies that, like, the funniest moments in that movie were hysterical.
When all those people were slaughtered mercilessly.
The scene with Mark Wahlberg and Alec Baldwin in Departed.
Yeah, I didn't buy Mark Wahlberg.
Anyway, or True Lies even, like that kind of
True
movie
Lies
is my favorite kind of
Well,
comedy.
True Lies is more comedy than it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Go on. But I don't have much to say. I just kind of found it amusing.
I think it's the best of the 3 comedies that we've reviewed so far.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I do agree with that because there were moments, and I don't want to spoil it, even though they do spoil it in the commercial, which sucks. But young Mike Myers flashback, the way they handle it, I've never seen a special effect be funny.
Yes.
That was a special
I think you
effect.
have. I'm sure you have somewhere. There's a lot of funny
But he
special
didn't
effects.
know.
I don't know. Let's see.
Do you remember TIE Fighters?
About it.
Anyway.
All right, let's get out.
There we go.
So that's it.
That's our
go see The Love Guru.
Shockingly, The Love
Shocking.
Guru is the funniest comedy of the summer so far.
most
I still have hope for Thunder.
Tropic Thunder and Pineapple Express. So,
Pineapple Express, I've heard, is amazing.
Yeah.
So we're here at the Major League Gaming event in San Diego, California. This place is amazing.
It's epic. This is serious, like a sport event.
There's so much stuff going on. ESPN is covering this live tonight.
I hear they're going to be unveiling Super Mario Bros. 3.
That's a rumor.
Oh, Dan.
Rumor.
Actually, I think they are unveiling some new Halo maps.
They're actually unveiling new Halo maps here. So
These
we're
are
going
the
to take
best of the best.
Best of the best.
It's like the best
Of-
around.
No. In town. It's in town. So we're gonna go ahead and talk to some of the people who are putting on the MLG. We're gonna fight Straight Rippin', which is one of the top, I think the top 5, fifth rank 5. They're gonna be playing later. We're gonna show you all sorts of footage. So let's get into it. So we're here with Mike Sepso, who is the co-founder, chairman of MLG. All right, nerds.
Delicious.
Co-founder and chairman of MLG. So how long have you guys been doing this?
We've been doing this for 5.5 years. This is our 5th season that we just started.
Now, I want to ask you, why did you start this event, and were you at all inspired by the movie Wizard?
Good question, good question.
Although I'm a big Fred Savage fan, it didn't have anything to do with the Wizard. Basically, we wanted to create a new professional sports league, and sort of everything else has been done. We play a lot of video games, and then created a real professional sports league around it. And we're at the point now, right at the beginning of our 5th season, that ESPN's covering us, just like any other sport.
What was the game then? Now it's Halo 3 seems to be the main competition game. But what was
Early on, we tried a lot of different games, but Halo seemed to always been kind of the main. So back then it was Halo CE, the first one. We've done Halo 2, and now we're on to Halo 3.
The way that it's structured is that you actually have amateurs come in and try to win seats to play against the pros.
Right. So one of the cool things about it is a little bit like golf. Like one of the cool things is how we really kind of grew the sport from the ground up. Right. So there's all these kids running grassroots tournaments, but we kept it open so that at every event, like at this event, for instance, just for Halo 3, there's 256 four-person teams that are all amateurs. Wow. And basically, they all play through Friday and Saturday, and whoever finishes the top 16 then gets to move on to the pro bracket and play against the top 16 pro teams.
How do you become a professional gamer?
Well, the bottom line is you have to be ranked top 16 in Halo 3, for instance, or top 8 in Rainbow Six. You start at MLGpro.com, you play in our online tournament system, it's called Game Battles. We run online qualifiers, and if you finish in the top 128 of the tens of thousands of teams that are out there playing, you get to come here and go into the 256 team amateur bracket, and then you try to spin it. So you got a long way to go, but actually,
there's a way.
There's a way.
Did it?
Do you guys do like prizes?
Yeah, so there's a little over $1 million in prize money on the tour.
Do this, guys.
I'm so excited.
Are you familiar with straight ripping?
Yes,
You've
very.
seen these guys play, right?
I've known T Squared for 6 years. Yeah.
You met us for about 10 minutes.
Yes.
What do you think our chances are against straight ripping?
High, low,
Based on
middle.
looks alone.
Based on
How we carry ourselves.
power glove usage.
Your chances for what? For like actually
To destroy
being
them.
able to stand up and walk away with your heads up, or?
Yes.
We don't anticipate
Our
that.
dignity level.
I think that, you know what, the nice thing about the straight ripping guys is they're all really nice guys, so they'll play around with you a little bit. You may learn something. I think the best thing I can hope for you is you'll learn something.
All right.
All right, we're attempting to start.
So you're gonna practice. So Dan, this is the button for shooting.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Where?
I'm fucked already.
Okay. What am I?
You're fear.
I'm
Panda.
So should I just
I think I'm Mantastic.
Dude, I got a kill while somebody was checking their settings. Because I am sex.
I only have one kill because I killed Alex.
I hate the standard gun. Is that a word?
Battle rifle. You want to say battle rifle when we're on camera. All right, I'm the worst. I am the worst.
Where is everyone? Is everyone like hiding or something?
Oh! I'm getting a rhythm. It's not a very good one, but I got one.
Looking for a person to kill. How many times do I have to kill you, Dan? How many times? Okay, so we've just completed our practice round.
Yes, with Kevin, our ringer. Say hello.
That should be your name. You should be Ringer.
Kevin Ringer. You should be ringer.
Let me ask
We're
ask you a couple of questions. All right?
Shoot.
When was the last time we played Halo 3 at all?
Probably release. Day of release, I would say.
How well do we know the maps?
I learned that on the maps there are weapons. I learned that 2 minutes ago when I found a weapon on a map.
There was some
very
question
well.
as to the controls.
Right.
The controls were all set like different
were
setup
set
weird.
different.
So now I got back to default and I was straight ripping myself.
Our chances are not good.
Chances are horrible. So we're here with what I would prefer to call the evil side of this equation.
Yeah.
Straight
Our arch
ripping.
enemies.
Our nemesis.
You guys say your names real fast?
Yeah.
Elamite Warrior.
Neighbor. Tom T Squared Taylor.
Nice.
We forgot a coach. Why don't we have a coach?
So how did you guys start in MLG?
Well, for me, I just hear about it on Xbox Live. And then me and one of my friends actually, there's a tournament up in Philly back in 05. And we drove up there. It's like a 12-hour drive, but we had so much fun. And we just kept going to the tournaments and just work our way up to the top.
And you guys specialize in Halo?
Right.
How much Halo do you play?
A lot.
Before a tournament, we'll have a LAN, which is a scrimmage against another top team. And we'll play anywhere between 8 to 15 hours during that LAN for about a week before the tournament. And then we'll practice on Xbox Live for anywhere between 4 to 8 hours a day.
I don't mean to scare you guys, but I know that you had like 18 hours or whatever. We just played for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we are really
I had 8 kills. What would you
you guys say is the biggest difference between an amateur team and a professional team? Is it like the communication or knowledge of the maps or?
There's a little bit of everything probably, but mostly it boils down to experience. A lot of the people, you got to build off of his experience coming to these tournaments.
Yeah.
And practice a lot online and learn from your mistakes.
Do you guys think that we will be able to kill you?
Even once.
Maybe once.
Maybe once?
Yeah. Give you the
Sometimes
benefit
it gets a
of the
little
doubt.
boring, so we start shooting each other. Maybe.
All right.
Maybe that's
It's gonna be awesome.
They have 5 kills, we have none.
I haven't died yet, guys. I haven't died yet.
Stay alive, Dan. That's your job.
Stay alive and we'll find you. I don't even know where that came from.
I blew myself up.
Unbelievable. They have 16 kills.
Oh! Oh! I killed somebody!
That was epic.
Danny! I'm gonna get out of the line of sight. Okay, I almost had him. 43 kills. That's hilarious. How did that turn out? How did that turn out for everyone?
Is that the end? Did we do? How did we do? Did we win?
Yeah, you got 1 kill.
All right. Next.
Dan, you're the man! MVP! MVP!
I feel legit. He got me. He did end up getting me.
We're alive. We're alive for so long, you guys. How does he know where we are? I spawned and died.
Is everyone getting excited? I just got another kill? No one cares?
He's playing.
Dan, are you killing people? Kills are what we want, right, guys? Where's the? I don't even know where the lift is.
I know, when I get to that.
Oh, here it is.
We almost all got a kill. Jeff, you gotta get a kill, dude. If we
Don't
all
shoot!
get a kill-
Don't mock me! Dude, we would pwn these guys and we fit.
Dude, I got into their fucking nest of death.
Throw grenades at the walls, you got a chance of getting killed.
All right.
There's not that much room for them to get away.
Like that, I like that, coach. I like that, coach.
All right, Coach. Good work.
Good job, coach.
We should not all be standing next to each other. There is an invisible man with a gun. Oh, there's too many circling me.
You gotta punch hard.
You gotta punch harder. You gotta punch harder. Where did that guy even come from? I killed somebody!
I can't right now.
Suck it!
Yeah, baby.
Dude, killing them once is so good.
Oh! I killed legit!
Watch out behind you!
What are you doing? You threw them at me!
No, it's behind you. There's 3 guys that gang raped me. I was gang raped.
Double kill, you got it. Oh, double kill.
We're coming back! Yeah!
That's what I'm talking about.
Actually, that's 5 kills because I killed myself once. They weren't shooting?
No.
They weren't shooting? Is that serious?
Y'all shoot at all?
That was Average Gamer takes on Pros.
Yeah, this is Pros vs. Joes from Spike TV.
I got 5 kills.
Dude,
I got 5
Kevin.
kills at the end.
Kevin had a few.
Kevin?
Had a few. I will say I got 7 kills in the last game, which was the most. However, we then found out they weren't shooting.
I'm
They
gonna
were just
pretend like I never heard that.
I am too, and I'm gonna say, you know what, straight ripping? 7.
5.
7.
Suck it.
All right, let's punch it out.
Let's do this. All right, let the Sweat-tastic episode continue. One of the biggest releases of the year just happened, Metal Gear Solid 4 for the PS3. It's obviously the 4th edition of the Metal Gear Solid series, and it's the very definition of a AAA title. It's been 4 years in development, countless millions of dollars put toward this project. It's Hideo Kojima, one of the, as we were talking a couple weeks ago, Rockstar developers who definitely has a vision for what kind of video games he wants to make. And that vision includes a lot of story that I'm not going to get into because it's very convoluted and crazy. But basically, this is the third-person stealth game, action game. the first edition that's been on a next-gen system. So it's got a whole new graphics engine and a lot of excitement from the community. Guys?
I actually would love to hear your thoughts first.
Okay.
I don't care either way.
Does anyone? I nominate Jeff to go first. Is it seconded?
I finished the game last night. I wish I had more time to kind of percolate on it because I'm oscillating back and forth between thinking this game is a complete masterpiece and thinking that it's wildly flawed. And I think that it's a very difficult game intentionally. Not difficult in the it's hard to play or challenging, difficult in the it challenges your sensibilities. It deals with a lot of things gameplay-wise and story-wise that video games don't deal with. It's not intending to do what most video games do.
What does it deal with gameplay style that's different?
I think it's a game that intentionally creates a feeling of unease and tension and...
And you think that's new to video games?
No, I mean, there's a lot of survival horror games and stuff like that do that, and the previous Metal Gear games do that. But this game does it in a way... The thing that I think is so incredible about this game is that it can be played artfully. There is such a wide variety of things that you can do at any given time that there really is a way to play it with style. And the game tells you, it gives you a lot of feedback as to how well you're doing in that regard.
Right.
So it's not a game that's meant to be played through once. This is really a game that is supposed to be more nuanced than that. And I give a lot of credit to the team for pulling that off. The presentation is spectacular. Best audio in a game I have ever seen. I think, or heard, I should say. I think the graphics aren't all that. I mean, the character models are really beautiful. I think there's a lot of muddy textures, a lot of low-res textures in some of the environments that were disappointing to me. So I still think a game like Uncharted, it looks better. But overall, the whole experience of playing this game, seeing the story, there's so many different kinds of things that you do during the course of this story. There are such incredible action moments. There are these stealth moments that, like I said, you can play artfully, you can figure out different ways to attack the problem. I think it's a game that everyone is gonna respond to differently, but I think it's a game that everyone should try because it is such a different attempt at the medium. It's taking the medium in a way that most people don't have the guts to try. So.
Well, it's interesting. I didn't get any of that groundbreaking stuff at all. I mean, I was like, it's a very, very good game. I enjoyed the hell out of it. To me, it just was like Metal Gear Solid 3, Splinter Cell. I mean, it's just sneak time.
How far did you get?
I got through Act 2.
Okay.
So I play. I mean.
So there's stuff that's not
hours.
just sneaky. There's a huge action set piece in Act 1.
Yeah,
and there's
yeah,
another
yeah.
huge chase scene in Act 2.
No. I mean,
So,
well, yeah, but that's just like any driving scene in any RPG. I mean, to me, it's like that's cool. I liked all that stuff, and that was actually one of the things that I was like, oh, I really like that I'm following this group. You know, and the first action piece was really kind of like, oh, this is new. I will say that I actually didn't mind the install time because they cut it down, they broke it up, which is fine. Cool. And I didn't mind the cutscenes. I thought the cutscenes were going to be the thing where I'd be like, oh, but the story's pretty good. I mean, it's not, you know.
Cutscenes are badass.
Yeah, the cutscenes are pretty good. You know, they're sort of well shot. They get a little long in the tooth. Like every time you keep seeing Darren or whatever his name, I can't remember what his name is. Drebin.
Yeah.
It just gets a little bit like, oh, this guy's gonna tell me about the history of warfare in the 2012 or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? That got a little long. But it's really fun. I will say, I almost stopped playing this game about 2 hours into the game because I was so fucking frustrated. They do not tell you anything about what you can do, how you should be doing it, and what options you have.
RTFM.
They don't tell you nothing.
RTFM, dude.
What's that?
Read the fucking manual.
Well, I agree. This is what I picked up. I picked up the phone and called Jerry because Jerry was playing it, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? I want to stop." I went through and I was like, well, "There has to be some sort of like optional training mode or something." And he was like, well, you know, I read online about some stuff, and then, you know, you read the manual, and I was like, I get that there's a manual, but you're really honestly gonna say, here's a fucking book, and you have to read this book before you can enjoy this video game, which, guess what, is not supposed to be a fucking book. It is not. The manual is there in my eyes, and maybe this is just how I experience manuals, to help me when I go, oh, that's interesting. Some things, what am I doing in this thing that I know how to do, but maybe there's a different option for it? Or, you know, it's the refresher course. It shouldn't be the place that you have to read a fucking 100-page book before you can play the game.
That's what video games have become.
No, I know.
That's not where they started.
Well,
I know, I'm actually thinking
all I'm
it's
saying,
interesting.
but what I'm saying is, I then, once you get into it, I was like, okay, now I know how to play, I know what I'm doing, and then they actually made jokes about the fact that there aren't the training from the original games, which I enjoyed. I liked the VR training from Metal Gear Solid 2. I enjoyed that, you know, or 1, I can't remember which one it was. So overall, I think it's a great game. I mean, I love it. I can't wait to go back and play more of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool. What about you, Danny?
Actually, I do love that back in the day when I would rent a game, if Blockbuster didn't give me the manual, or USA Video didn't give me the manual at the game, unplayable.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if it wasn't in the manual, flip over the box. Oh, the directions are written in the back.
Yeah.
But now,
But that was when the
are
direction
useless.
was like square jump.
Yeah,
Right.
But even
But now-
earlier than that, PC games would come with the. I mean, they would come with novels, basically.
But it's great that now game design has gotten so sophisticated that the design teaches you how to play.
Right.
In general, I didn't have as much an issue with you that you did with learning how to play it, but I probably didn't have as much fun playing the game because I wasn't totally aware of all my options the way you've been describing it. I was very disappointed in this game.
Really? How far did you get?
I got to Act 4, Part 2.
Okay. So pretty far.
So snow,
There's 5 acts.
after the snow, after the outside snow, fighting the doggy thing.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. Actually, my favorite parts of the game, the only parts of the game that I really genuinely enjoyed more than playing any other game was the snow and motorcycle chase. And the game design in that motorcycle chase scene, they flip things on you, where as opposed to like. And you know, in GTA, if you want to have a cinematic view, you're playing the game normal, and then you hit a button to see cinematic view. And you can't really, this default is cinematic view. So, and then when you want to actually shoot things in play, then you hit a button, and it's the genius way to do that way of playing.
But overall,
I don't think the graphics were better than any other game I've played. I didn't think the score was better than any other.
I loved the score.
But better than than Uncharted score? No sir. Or Mass Effect? Not for me. The cutscenes, the action cutscenes, awesome, great, cool action sequences.
Yeah.
But I could not be more appalled and disgusted by the way they tell story in this game. I read here's the history so far.
Right.
Sure, fine.
Yeah.
Didn't help me at all with understanding anything that was happening. Regardless of that, I think it's the story is so up its own butt. That it's like,
true.
Here, let me tell you about it. Pandering to fans, and
there's a little of that, but there's a lot of like philosophical kind of stuff.
But I'm sorry, but you would hate a movie and a game. I just don't. Why is the storytelling sequences, your cutscenes, when there's more cutscenes in this game than any other game? Why are they someone telling someone else a story? Why are 2 guys in a room and the other person saying, it's like watching Return of the Jedi, Return of the Jedi being Star Wars, and Luke shows up at Vader's, house, domicile, and he goes, hey Vader, so anyway, I started off in Tatooine and I was raised by, Amperu by Jungle Book. And blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, why is that your way of telling story? Is people standing in a room in front of each other and someone telling the other person a big story.
Yeah.
Show me that story. That's what storytelling
They do both.
is.
They do both of those
Barely.
things.
Well, don't show me graphics to articulate.
No. There are times when they articulate the story through the action and that's kind of like the movie part. And then there's time when it's just like a lecture. And I agree with you; those lectures aren't entertaining.
The game I played so far, 80% of the game is lecture.
I enjoyed this game a lot, but it really made me excited for the next Splinter Cell because they have co-op, online co-op, and next-gen graphics on Splinter Cell. Sexy bomb time.
Just got delayed again. I think that there is a lot of stuff that's there for the fans that I mean, if you've played the previous Metal Gears, especially Act 4 is gonna like blow your mind.
Right.
But
well, yeah, I mean the fact I got what that was.
We're getting the wrap-up sign.
I think.
all right. Well, I wanted to briefly talk about. I mean, this is a big game, so it's good we went that long. But I wanted to briefly talk about the Spore Creature Creator because that came out this week, and I'm sure everyone in their goat has downloaded it.
I'm actually on sporevote.com as a celebrity with a Spore creature.
Plug away, sir.
Thank you.
What's the name of your Spore creature?
Graphics?
You should be able to pronounce
Good.
something you've created.
Yeah. Something I've created?
Something. You have to put it. Somebody actually,
cool.
Steve should put up a picture. Somebody made Spore Creature artist conceptions of us.
Oh, that's
I forgot
cool.
to show it to you guys before, but Steve will put it up.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah. I think this is like mind-blowingly awesome. Just the Creature Creator of Spore, and I think it is what video games always promised, and it finally is here.
Well, young Lego building Jeff would think that, wouldn't he?
But I mean, it's complete freedom of design, right?
Yes, I am afeared that the game is going to be boring because I liked it. It was cool. I was like, wow, I get to create this creature. But then I was like, okay, whoa, he's dancing.
But you don't have a game yet.
No,
There's no game yet.
I know, but I'm saying if this is supposed to be a portion of the enjoyment of the game, I'm a little bit wary that the game is going to be a little bit boring. Like, if the game was like, now you get to be this guy and go eat.
You do.
And live.
That's what you're doing.
That's what he's
sounds
saying is not
fucking boring as hell. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna walk around as a fucking stupid-looking giraffe, which I created, and I know how stupid it is, and I'm gonna go and like make a mushroom table for my breakfast. You know what I mean?
All right.
That doesn't sound exciting to me at all.
All right.
But the Creature Creator itself was actually really robust and fun, and I enjoyed making
everything works exactly as you think it should. Like if I do what I think the game is supposed to do, it does that. Why do you guys are laughing because I'm sweating?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was laughing at your insane.
I'm sweating.
Oh, I was laughing at the sweat.
Okay,
So
Dan, what did you think of the Creature Creator?
I was okay with it. The funny thing though is, guys, my creature is named Butificus because I put the feet on backwards and I couldn't figure out how to rotate them around.
I had that problem.
There's a lot of problems.
So when
with
you
the
go
rotating.
forward, you go. So his head is facing his head. But then I said, I'm gonna own this. Rather than it being a mistake that I need to figure out, because I've tried to figure it out. I'm gonna own it, and my guy's always watching his ass. That's an awesome asset to an army.
It's an
that
asset.
is like that's play, right? That's game. That's
Other than I have
creation,
to say,
creativity. It's amazing.
It could have been easier for me to figure out how to flip the legs around.
Okay.
I mean, I literally
You
could
need
not
one
take
of
it.
Batoxics or whatever.
But I agree.
All right.
We shall
More
see.
Spore. I think Spore's gonna rule.
Well, before we say goodbye, we want to thank our sponsors, like Dr. Pepper, who graciously enough asked us to come down and shoot the MLG event. So amazing. They sponsor Straight Rippin', who owned us.
Well, do you think that Dr. Pepper would be upset if we re-edited that footage so that we win?
No, they wouldn't
think
mind.
we should.
Straight Rippin' might mind, and we will get you guys. Anyway, so thank you, Dr. Pepper, for bringing us down to San Diego, and also for sponsoring the portions of the MLG. I think you're doing great stuff.
It was a blast.
It was a blast.
Yeah, and also thank you to GoDaddy.com for sponsoring the show. They are a great place if you're looking for a domain name as low as $1.99. If you're looking for great hosting software, startup options. They are supporting our show by allowing you to get 10% off your order if you use our promo code, which is TRS1. So if you're buying something from them, definitely use that on the checkout. GoDaddy.com.
Also Netflix. Netflix.com is online renting. They have over 75,000 titles, including Blu-ray movies. A movie I'd like to recommend, or I think we all recommend, is So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
Don't talk for me.
I'm
just kidding.
A Mike Myers
Yeah.
comedy from back in the day
Hence.
that we
Love
loved.
it.
No.
Yeah.
Woman.
Whoa, man. Okay.
They also have 40 shipment centers, so when you want to rent a movie and you put it at the top of your queue, you're going to get it basically the next day. Plans start as low as $4.99 and up. And to get that kind of offer, go over to gotta put them in, www.netflix.com/TRS. It smells delicious in here. Someone's
Thank you.
wearing something good.
I think it might have been
It's my natural musk.
It's my sweat glands.
Yeah, speaking of which, we should see if we can get a sponsor that is an air conditioning company or some sort of like garage conversion, total conversion company.
Yeah, actually,
Wouldn't that be
that's what it
awesome?
should be. Is we should be sponsored by the guys who turn garages into studios with AC.
Can we get sponsored by like Trading
Home Depot or
Spaces,
something?
and we could trade
That'd be
spaces with
awesome.
another
Nice.
show? That would be epic.
Actually, that would be cool. All right, on to our email. This comes in from Dublin, Ireland. Hey guys, I saw this meme going around the interwebs lately, and I thought it would be fun for the end of the show. We agree.
That's where we are.
The premise is this, or thys. That's not how it's
anything.
pronounced. You are in a mall when zombies attack. You
Dead Rising
have
style.
one weapon, 2, one song blasting on the speakers, and 3, one famous person to fight alongside you. For the record, my choices would be Darth Maul's double-ended lightsaber. Blew my mind with that.
Yeah.
The Machine Head, now I lay thee down. Good.
You don't have never heard that song.
No, I have actually.
Okay.
River Tam from Firefly, which
genius.
also blew my mind because now you're talking about characters.
I don't know if we want to go.
All right.
Are we allowing that?
Your turn. Keep it rad, and I think it's Eon, E-O-I-N, from Dublin, Ireland. Not sure how Eon.
I don't know. I wish.
And maybe it's Ian, and it's just
Maybe
that's
it
how
is
it's
Ian.
spelled in places. Okay, so Danny, 2 strikes.
Really.
I know what your song is going to be.
For my weapon, does
Yeah,
the
it
Wave
counts.
from the Perfect Storm count?
No.
Awesome.
You know, I didn't think about Maul, but and I know this weapon is completely ineffective against zombies, but it's so badass that I want to use it.
Okay.
It's that crazy shockwave gun from Minority Report.
Oh yeah, where it spins.
It, like,
Oh,
spins
yeah,
and it's-
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's just the coolest goddamn weapon ever. So if I'm
badass.
getting to choose weapons, give me that.
Yeah.
Even though I'll die because they'll get up from the shockwave and kill me. But not if I am blasting the song. I don't know. Are you gonna say the Karate Kid song?
No, I thought you were
Okay.
going to.
I'm gonna say.
Bodies hit the floor.
Bodies. I always say
Is
that
that what I always
play.
when
Yeah.
we're playing online?
No, I'm gonna say Princes of the Universe, the Highlander theme done by Queen, because that goddamn I mean, do you not feel like kicking ass every time that
I do feel like that.
I could be only one, me versus zombies.
Although You Are the Last Dragon
Yeah.
theme song would be really
That's
good.
true.
Badass.
One famous person to fight alongside you. The easiest answer is Chuck Norris.
That's an easy answer.
Well,
because-
instant win.
Right.
It's the win button.
MacGyver.
MacGyver.
Because
Oh, that's good.
There's no
even
figuring.
though I have my crazy shockwave weapon,
There's no figuring out. It's like
he'd
kill
figure,
the
out
zombie.
how, he'd figure out how to turn your shockwave
Yeah.
weapon into something that was effectual against zombies.
or Bruce Campbell. And we'll see
Bruce
how that
Campbell,
fares
yeah.
when They Call Me Bruce comes out, and he, as an actor, as a celebrity, Bruce Campbell has to
Fight off zombies.
monsters.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jeffrey?
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a part of me. You know, the one weapon thing. It feels like, by the nature of zombies, you kind of want a hand-to-hand thing because you want to be right up in there. You know,
I don't want to be right up in there.
But there's a part of me that wants like a battle mech. You know, like.
The mall wouldn't be around much longer.
Well, that's the fun. Is destroying them all.
Except then more zombies could get in, and they might be able to swarm you on a battle map.
But yeah, you know, a lightsaber is pretty. You know, I've always wanted to mess around with a lightsaber, but there's definitely a chance of hurting yourself with a lightsaber.
That's the thing. You miss on a lightsaber, you take your foot off.
Yeah. So keep me inside the battle mech, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
that was a good one.
Robot Jock. You're a robot Jock.
Yeah.
Okay. And the song, there is something very cool, almost in a Metal Gear Solid-y way, of like kicking ass and hearing the.
Lakame.
Yeah, you know. But I
the
think
Halo theme song.
yeah, I think the song I'd probably pick is "Smack My Bitch Up."
That's good.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it gets me pumped. It gets me going.
Yeah.
And as far as the person that you want to fight alongside me, I wasn't thinking fictional people because that's a whole can that I don't even want to open.
Yeah.
Practical Jeff says, you know, like Kimbo Slice,
That's all right.
right? Or like The Rock or Triple H or somebody.
In his last
They
fight,
need to
but I know what
get.
you
They're
mean.
good at fighting up close, and they
Yeah.
can't overwhelm when hundreds of zombies are like
Yeah.
on their back.
I
and
want.
shit.
You should have a SWAT sniper on the back of your
Oh,
mech.
there you go.
on the back of the mech.
Swats. How about Raiden?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Or Raiden.
He can take down your mech.
Yeah.
But then like just like there's a whole nother side of it, which is like just the cool hanging out. Like
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
So you could save her from zombies and then bang her.
That's awesome. And then
that
you
sounds
have
fun.
like you have a conversation while you're hiding
Anne
in
Hathaway.
Yeah,
For you.
you know, you're hiding in the sports store and you're like, Oh man.
Hey, you're
better
Michael
do it
Jordan.
before-
Yeah, exactly.
Let's shoot some hoops. Fucking zombies in here. All right. Well, to top you guys off because I'm awesome.
Top us
No,
off?
I don't know what that means. It's very hard because I feel like I would want a shotgun. I know that sounds very classic, but there's just something about blasting some zombi's head off.
You're a simple man with simple needs.
Simple man with simple needs. That said, I could use a battle mech or a double-edged lightsaber or what would
Away
you?
from the perfect
Away from the perfect
storm.
storm.
No, the Minority Report.
Away
gun.
from the.
I don't think about the Minority Report gun.
Take
but,
that,
yeah.
zombies.
Yeah.
Ooh, Gandalf would be the fucking.
Gandalf.
You shall not. Yes.
My song, obviously, Eye of the Tiger, because I think that would get me
Good stuff.
pumped and pumped. And for my celebrity,
You need a. I know who you need. You need the little sister from Monster Squad. You need a virgin to sacrifice to get rid of the evil monsters.
okay, so
I think you should have a
virgin
little
to
sidekick,
sacrifice.
like short round or something, where you're like, go grab me the pliers from the. And he's like, oh, whatever you say, Mr. Albrecht. And he runs away.
So a newsie is really what I need.
Here's your paper, sir.
Yeah, that or Batman. Anyway, so thank you, Iano, or whatever your name is. However you pronounce it, I think it's probably Ian, and we're just not into Ion, maybe. I don't know. If you have a question to pose to the three gentlemen you see before you, feel free to send it to fans@thetotallyrad.show.com.
No, there's no the.
There is. It works, but
really?
don't send it there. fans@totallyrad.show.com.
And if you want to give us a background like this epic Forge created Barry did, send it to fans@totallyradshow.com. We love getting those. Also, check out our forums on the website, totallyradshow.com. Click on discussion forums. Sign up, participate, discuss this episode. Tell us what 3 things that you would want: your song, your weapon, your person to hang out with.
You'd love it.
Maybe one of us. You could hang out with us.
That'd be awesome. We'd kill it.
Hey, Jeff and Alex.
Yes, thank you for including me, Dan.
What's the best nation in the world?
Dig Nation?
Yeah.
Oh, donation.
Ah, you've been wanting to say that for a while. Welcome.
So thank.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, thank you guys. Yes, because of the donations that we've already received, we were able to go to New York, accept our Webby. We've got other things on our plate.
Dan and I have a dream. We're trying to persuade Alex to get in on this dream.
Alex?
And that dream is Australia.
We'll hang out with Baz Luhrmann.
Why am I off that train?
Well, you said you weren't
I love going to Australia.
Oh, let's do it.
No, I just
We need
don't like
donations.
international travel.
Well, there's that. You answered your own question.
Also on the website.
That's why I'm working on this teleport device.
Also on totallyradshow.com is the movie we're going to review next week, or movies, and I'll just tell you right now, it's going to be Wanted and WALL-E.
The W's.
Nice.
It's very hot in here. Is there anything else we need to say?
Yes, head over to
/totallyradshow.
Twitter.com/Alex Albrecht, Twitter.com/Jeff Kanata, Twitter.com/Danny TRS, Twitter.com/CheeseDRS.
Yeah, if you guys aren't our Twitter friends yet, I know Dan for one is always doing like cool.
Dude, I do Haiku Thursdays.
Yeah, you guys, it's
You should have
fun.
seen the haikus I got from Haiku Thursdays.
You should show them to me. You know I'm a fan of the haiku.
You would love it. There were some. Love it. Shirts. Also, head over to jinx.com/TRS. The hoodies are back in stock for this lovely, crisp winter
God,
weather.
I wish I had one on right now.
It'd be so great.
Well,
for working
some
out,
countries.
sweating. Also, we're going to be getting our t-shirts back up and running. They had to change t-shirt suppliers.
And the shirt contest.
Yes.
There isn't much more time to submit your design for a shirt. We've already got some awesome ones. We're gonna move into the final stage of the shirt contest. So submit it to shirts. Shirt is it plural? Shirt singular at totallyradshow.com, and then we're gonna get to the final stage of that very soon.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of the Sweaty Totally Rad Show. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm barely Jeff Kanata.
I'm totally Dan Trachtenberg.
Until next time, get out of your house and suck on ice.
Channel 1 over here is a raspberry Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper teriyaki is the center?
Yes.
That's some good Dr. Pepper marinated meat.
Dude, I want to be a pepper too.
This is actually a tradition from back in the Viking days. After a giant battle where most people got killed, some people got 7, they would eat a tray of Dr. Pepper infused meats.
On ESPN.
On ESPN, which is amazing.
Stand right there.
There we go.
Perfect.
Like, don't be giggling.
They're my shit.
I might be giggling because they're giggling.
No.
Right, but don't give yourself.
I don't
allow
want. It
yourself-
doesn't matter. We only get one take. It doesn't matter. Oh boy. I'm scared. Eve, I'm scared.
You only
of
have
this.
one. I have 3.
I'm scared for you, Jeff. For you, I'm afraid.
nice, yeah.
Gonna look good after this, man.
Thanks, man.
So, ready?
Yeah.
Each me.
Oh my God. You especially can't laugh.
Oh, you know what? Phone. Because that would
That
be
would
horrible.
blow.
Gonna look good after this, man.
Thanks, man.
No, sorry.
And I don't know how I
have to
avoided
not
it.
laugh. Seriously.
Oh, I know.
I don't know how I.
What do you do? Okay, give me the secret to not laughing.
You don't.
There isn't a secret.
There's no secret. You
I'm scared. All
don't
right.
worry about it. Let's just go. Ready?
Yeah. Anytime.
I'm trying, dude. It's on there. Ready?
Oh no.
Each knee.